All right, peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High. Welcome to Taylor House Publishing, where we expose the people who are supposed to be so upstanding and law-abiding. In this case, it is the current governor candidate for South Carolina, Charleston lawyer, and there you see him, Williams Mullens Mcleod Jr. Now, this guy was arrested back in May for walking down the street, obviously intoxicated on some sort of D-rug, while clad but nothing but his underwear. Now, this man is in the backseat of the car yelling all types of obscenities, threatening people, just exposing all types of corruption, which I'm going to show you that body cam footage. But I'm also going to show you a couple of news articles that tells the situation briefly, but I'm also going to show you how this guy is continuing to run and saying, okay, we don't know the whole story. Just check these videos out, and I'm going to be right back with some more commentary. And these videos are used in fair use for literary and commentary purposes only, but you can't make this up. Check it out.
New details in the arrest of Charleston attorney Mullens Mcleod. Body and dashcam video released by Charleston PD show the moments after the arrest, as well as the threats Mcleod made to other politicians in the governor's race. Our Cameron Limes has watched that full video. And Cam, has Mcleod said anything about how this could impact his bid for governor?
Tess, after his arrest in May, Mcleod hasn't given any details on what happened that night, instead saying in a recent announcement video, he makes mistakes and he wants to represent the people of the Palmetto State.
Democracy means fair, just, equitable, where you have a voice and your voice can be heard.
New video showing gubernatorial candidate Mullens Mcleod handcuffed in the back of a police cruiser after his arrest in May.
Cause I've been in this short day since the day I was born. I just didn't know what game I was playing.
The prominent Charleston lawyer was caught wearing nothing but his underwear running through a downtown street. Mcleod rambling in the video, saying he was related to President Trump and even threatening violence multiple times against Alan Wilson.
I want to kick his teeth in, all right, and I'm going to kick him in. The world can decide what happens next. To my friend Alan Wilson.
Mcleod announcing hours before the video released he will be running for governor of the state.
There is not a political bone in my body, which may sound odd considering I'm running to be our state's next governor, but trust me when I tell you, there is not a political bone in my body.
The South Carolina Democratic Party releasing a statement saying Mcleod is navigating profound challenges and should focus on his mental and emotional well-being instead of campaigning for governor. And just minutes ago, we heard back from Mcleod's office on the matter, a spokesperson saying in part, quote, portions of that video from that incident have recently been circulated in an attempt to damage Mcleod's candidacy and reputation. Mcleod's office also says they will hold a press conference to address the potential legal action against the city of Charleston in the coming weeks. Working for you, Cameron Limes, News 4.
All right. I'm going to show you a little bit more of that backseat rant. Just bear with me. But keep in mind that this guy is an attorney in Charleston. Williams Mcleod Jr., if you listen closely, he said, I've been in this game since the day I was born, but I didn't know what kind of game I was playing. And that's going to ring true when you hear some of his rant. But basically, he's saying he was born into riches. He was born into this political lawyer game. And, you know, he didn't know what kind of game he was playing. Now, you hear him say he's going to kick somebody's teeth in. You know, he's going to do all of this. And this all happened hours after he announced that he was running. So that means, you know, once he probably announced he was running, went out, had a few shots, you know, probably did a couple of lines and, you know, allegedly, you know, presumably, then, you know, he just got a little too crunk and ended up walking down the street half naked. You know what I'm saying? I've been there, but I haven't been there, if that makes sense. But and then they try to say portions of the video are released to make him look bad. No, that whole video makes him look bad. The the arrest makes them look bad. So they're trying to get in front of this, and you're going to hear this next video where he tries to clarify it, meaning, well, the video doesn't show the whole story. Just watch this video, man, and I'll be back. Once again, it's fair use for literary and commentary purposes only.
A lie travels halfway around the world before the truth has time to put its pants on.
We're on your side tonight with a new message and a promise from the sole Democratic gubernatorial candidate in South Carolina. Low Country attorney Mullens Mcleod now says the situation regarding his arrest this year is not the full truth. Mcleod recently announced his campaign for governor and is already facing calls to drop out. Mcleod is known for helping negotiate an $88 million settlement surrounding the Mother Emanuel AME church shooting. Now, you'll remember a white supremacist opened fire during a Bible study in 2015, killing 9 Black parishioners. Their family sued the Department of Justice, claiming it failed to do a proper background check on the gunman, allowing him to get access to firearms. But just last week, he gained attention for a different reason. Charleston police released footage of his arrest earlier this year after public records request.
You do stupid array. You know what, you dumb. I want to kick his teeth in. All right, and I'm going to kick him in. The world can decide what happens next to my friend Alan Wilson.
Police say they encountered Mcleod May 2nd standing outside in his underwear and screaming in a neighborhood. Video from the back of a police cruiser shows him launching into an hour-long tirade. Part of it included comments about Republican gubernatorial candidate and current Attorney General Alan Wilson. Police arrested Mcleod in May, and he was charged with disorderly conduct. Jail records show his charges are still pending as of last week. After the video was released, the South Carolina Democratic Party called on Mcleod to drop out of the race. The party wrote in part, after reviewing the dash cam footage, quote, "It is clear that Mr. Mcleod is navigating profound challenges and should focus on his mental and emotional well-being instead of a campaign for governor." Well, the next day, the Low Country attorney released a video on Facebook calling the situation a political storm. He said he would not drop out and would instead focus on the people of South Carolina. Now, fast forward to this week when Mcleod released a new video on Facebook with several new messages, one of which accuses others of lying about the situation.
And one thing I want you to consider is that politicians use lies, and they use lies to manipulate us into believing certain things so that we will do one thing, vote for them. The media also, unfortunately, uses misinformation frequently. Now, they use misinformation frequently for their own self-serving reasons.
The Democratic candidate doesn't give specific details, but Mcleod says lies travel fast, calling last week an example of that. Mcleod doesn't specify what or if any part of the story is a lie. Details of his arrest come from police reports, the body cam footage, and jail logs. However, Mcleod asked voters to give him grace.
There'll be a time when I'm able to tell my side of the story. And in the interim, just please remember that no matter how thin you try to pour pancake, there are always two sides. And there are two sides to this pancake. And I cannot wait to share it with you.
No other Democrat has entered the race. However, the Republican field is crowded. There are 5 members of the GOP who have thrown their hat in the ring. Representative Nancy Mace, Representative Ralph Norman, whose district is in York County, State Senator Josh Kimbrell, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Yvette, and Attorney General Alan Wilson. As of now, President Trump has not publicly shared his endorsement.
All right. We're going to stop it right there before we move on. This guy, I don't know why he chose to use that analogy. And I think he may have done it. That this is, once again, the degeneracy, the dysfunction, the debauchery of these rich people. He's going to say a lie travels halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to put his pants on. Like, I don't know what in the world, because you've been caught walking down the street without pants on. And so that should never be used. And then they reference his role in the South Carolina lawsuit where the 9 people got killed by Dylan Roof. I think that's in an attempt to, garner sympathy for him or give him some kind of credibility. But he's on tape threatening the current attorney general. So I don't know how in the world that he's only charged with disorderly conduct, not public intoxication, not communicating threats, not threats on a government official. None of those things. And once again, that is the benefit of white privilege. He's calling it a political storm, man, saying that the video is a lie. And like the reporter said, he didn't clarify what part of the video was a lie. We see what we said. I'm gonna play you. I don't know how long I'm gonna play it because it's just so terrible. He's ranting and raving on a drunk rant. The police, threatening the police, talking all crazy, doesn't get maced, get told to shut up. They're handling with kid gloves because he's a lawyer and evidently he's a junior. So Williams Mullens Mcleod Sr. probably has some clout or had some clout. And then, so the police know who he is, so they don't want to get on his bad side. Like, imagine the audacity of this video coming out, and then you have the gall to stand up and say, well, this is a lie. And, no matter how thin a pancake is, there's always two sides. Like, those political slogans and maxims and anecdotes, they may work for some people. But, I know a D-rug addict and an alky when I see it. But just check out this last little explanation. Then I'm going to play the entire rant, hopefully, if we have time. But check this out. Once again, fair use for literary and commentary purposes only.
This morning, the lone Democratic candidate for South Carolina governor is sharing his side of the story after recent videos of his arrest. This dash cam footage shows Charleston police arresting Mullens Mcleod back in May. In the video, he's heard screaming, using slurs, and insulting two of his now opponents. In a new video, Mcleod doesn't directly address the arrest, but suggests there's another side to the story.
So going forward, I just ask the voters to please give me grace. There'll be a time when I'm able to tell my side of the story. And in the interim, just please remember that no matter how thin you try to pour pancake, there are always two sides. And there's two sides to this pancake. And I cannot wait to share it with you.
All right, we're going to stop it right there, man, because that's pretty much said the same thing, man. But I just had to hear one of those analogies. Now, here is the actual video. Now, if you can stomach it, you can stand it. I might play. If I can stomach it or stand it, I'm going to play the video in its entirety. Just check this one out as well.
Give you some grace, but no slack. You ain't getting off your ass. My guess is your crimes are against humanity. Hey, Terry Matthew, my flames could start to slow down a little bit. Man, you motherfuckers, man. So what happened was, in a lawsuit known as a class action, okay, which class is stupid, the class members, right, don't get the money. It's everybody at the top. Now I know why Ron Motley's no longer with us. And no, I don't think the devil, well, the man didn't take him out. Ron had so much pain in him. The last time I saw him before he died, his eyes were just yellow. Yellow. I know what that is, because I know what that bottle will do to you. That didn't make Ron Motley an unjust man. That made him one of the most just and pure people, humans, to ever walk this earth. He was just tormented inside. Ron, I'm not here to judge you, my friend. I love you. I've spent the night in the drunk tank. I don't need to go back.
He admits he's literally drunk. And that class action suit, I think he's talking about.
You got a silver tongue like mine? They shut this plexiglass because they know that fire can't go through plexiglass. It's hot as in here, by the way. I guarantee you that dumb motherfucking guy turned the heat up. I get uncomfortable.
It's hot, but he don't have a shirt on.
I don't know what heat is. Heat's inside of me. This whatever you do here ain't gonna kill me. What's gonna kill me is if I don't get this fire out of my mouth.
The fire he's talking
somebody
about
better come let me out
is the guilt.
right now. take these shackles off these lily white hands for the world to see.
What's your name?
It doesn't matter, my friend. Trust me. I'm one of the most just humans to ever walk.
Okay, just
this
human.
soil.
Tell me your name.
I'm just human.
Okay, well, we tried. We've all tried.
I tell you what, you got to give me a name. Give me Superman. Sounds good. I'm Superman.
John Doe.
No, you know what, John Doe's fine.
Okay.
John Doe's fine. I don't give a.
Right.
Just get these shackles off of me.
So
you call me whatever you want to. I don't care.
Okay.
Just get this off of me and get me out of this car. My name doesn't matter.
If you keep acting like this, the jail is just going to put you in more.
I don't care.
In worse. Okay. Good luck to you, Mr. Doe.
What do you put for the birthday?
These lily white hands, he said. Get these cuffs off these lily white hands. Put them in the drunk tank. But I think that lawsuit, what he's talking about is the 9 people who didn't get the money, but the lawyers at the top.
Connect these dots yet, but if this is going where I think it could be heading, I think I just figured out that the President of the United States is my cousin. Okay, so trust me, at this point, nothing is crazier than you and me either being related or you being not guilty. Okay, it's just the way my brain has been trained. Either you and me are related or you're not guilty. That's the only way to get from me in this police car that, oh, by the way, is owned by the finest city in America. Okay, so it's not the car. It's the people with those guns and badges that make it corrupt. Because the cars that look just like this, when they take the people's $9 billion door to door, bend, door to door, and I know where some of that cash is. But I got to ask somebody who's extremely close to me, that name you do not know, whether I have his permission to tell the world. That secret may remain buried, and that's fine with me, because I can take you out if I need to down the road real soon. Or in the morning I'll wake up and there will be a fair and just equitable. See, equitable remedy is the court where there's no jury. You follow me? So when it comes to dividing land, like disputes, you got one dude or one gal. But you know what? Watch this. There was a black man, Master Necker in Richland County, who I can't remember if they took out or not. I just know there was a black man, last name Strickland, Richland County. He was a master necklace. I bet you somehow this road leads to him. Okay. But when people get to have to argue about the single most important thing, like where you have a place to sit your ass before you fall asleep, the people don't get to make that decision. I mean, you see, it was the system when the robber barons flipped the script became, guess what? Heads, the robber barons win, and tails, the people lose. Alan Wilson. I'm daring you right now, motherfucker. While you got all the teeth in your mouth, you better be in front of the people's house, which my cousin Dan McLeod used to have the wheel. You better be outside holding a press conference telling the world the heads, you win, and tails, you win conversation we had when had we done a coin toss. If you just said Mullens, I tell you what, it's risky for me politically to do what you want me to do. I know you've proven to me chapter and verse. For God's sakes, I've sold a PowerPoint 4 times. You know who ushered me over there because he trusted me so much to tell the story the precise way. Oh, Condon was his last name, first name Charlie. Now that is a just man, because he knew when he took me to what should have been the people's house, what I made so clear for the world to see, that guess what? You would do the people's justice, the people's work. That's not what you did, you dumb slack piece of because you carry that German Shepherd around the people's house like, is it even your dog? Well, let me tell you something. When I'm governor, Snoopy's coming with me. He's not some German Shepherd. And let me tell you, my father, Snoopy, is more of a friend to me than you were to the people of South Carolina. When you paraded that f***ing German Shepherd in front of me to drop this breadcrumb trail in this brilliant mind that somehow you were a dog guy protecting the people. Oh, do you think I'm stupid? I'm doing this job, folks. I'm sorry. I'm going to kick your teeth in. That's me, because that's the work. But you know what? All my brothers in Compton got my back with Joe Rice, my six, while I kick your teeth in. And then you're going to hear the softest voice. And one of those voices is going to be Rosa. You know what Rosa's going to do? She's going to say, hey, Alan Wilson, who is your biological father? Would you please share that with the world? With the world. Hey, Nancy, right now, because I only promised that I would not do this once I started this campaign. Because I can't do this once I start a campaign. You better tell the world right now that what you did in the wall of Congress was the greatest sin ever committed in the history of this nation. Where you went and blew Lee Atwater's dog whistle in President Donald Trump's house, and you thought the system was so corrupt, the president himself would not be able to take you out. You better hope you're not anywhere in Washington, D.C. or Manhattan, wherever President Donald Trump is, because I'm telling you, my friend, he would kick your teeth in. He don't give a what your gender is. So let's go back to the teeth thing. I'm going to kick every one of them in, all right? When I do kick them in, you know, I don't know any dentist. Find me a dentist. Then they're going to put all your teeth, before you swallow them, you dumb f***ing coward, back in your teeth. Now, this is the way we're going to do this. You don't get Novocaine, you dipshit. And if the holes for your teeth, if they're not properly sized to the teeth, you don't get new teeth, you dumb. You got to put your whole work in here. So my friend Bo Blessing, who's been fucking beating his brains out, trying to bring quality health care to a city that frowned on him when he dared to be in a city when some people didn't think he belonged. Wake up, world! Bo Blessing is one of the finest surgeons this earth has ever seen. You don't know that because he and I went to Woodbury together. I know who he is and I've never seen. Because Bo Blessing and I, we talk belly by the belly door when I talking. So, Bo, please bring the scalpel for Alan to carve out his gums himself before Rosa puts those teeth back in his mouth. Because we're not done yet, okay? Because you know what comes next? My friend Bakari, he gets to kick him in again. The only reason I didn't let Bakari do the people's work kicking him in, because I like the little heavy lifting. You think this bothers me? Sweating like a dog in his handcuffs? This don't bother me. You know why? Because I know now exactly what Aaron McKee went through. So a corrupt Joe Anderson. That's right, motherfucker. I just pinned it down real donkey.
Where'd you come from?
I just poked all the devil in the world right in the nose.
Where'd you come from?
I'm going to truck your You better be writing 2 orders right now. The first one is Aaron McKee.
Where's that at?
The second one is Vicky Bennett.
I don't know where that is.
And the only reason, if you get Vicky off the hook, I might give Jay some grace. But motherfucker, if you don't, Jay Richardson, I'm coming for you, motherfucker. And I will get you there too. So, Bakari, my friend, I want you to get a second round of kicking those teeth in because your father should have never had to dare in our state to do the people's work. I'm going to do that work for you because my name is Joe Sixpack, motherfucker. So you, my friend Bakari, can do the easy work. And look, I tell you what, Bakari, it's not my place. I want to kick his teeth in, all right? And I'm going to kick him in. The world can decide what happens next to my friend Alan Wilson, the people's lawyer. And Alan, you dumb I know you're not good. You never heard of a broken bell box. You don't know what flipping the strap is because you too stupid to read. You know what, you dumb I didn't start reading till the day I had, guess what? My law license. Because everything that happened in my life, other than being in my grandfather's house, that my entire hometown thought was the White House. Yes, because of the way it looked. Yes, they have Ron Street. It's Oak Avenue to my grandfather's house. Matthew, I know you've been laughing at Google and saying, oh, he's so slick. We can show the world. He's one of these Ivy white lawyers that couldn't cut it. And because he couldn't cut it, we gonna cut his ass. John Morgan, you know where I'm going, you dumb. You better be calling my sister right now, and you don't call right now. I will kill you. My self hear me. I will kill you myself. All right, well, I told you what to do with Alan Wilson, the people's attorney general. Bill Navarro, if you have committed a single transgression, a single one. Now, I know the way that you take a mountain of debt, burden off of people, and turn that into your profit. I don't have to explain that. I want you to explain it in my language. You hear me? I think you've heard enough to know my language. And if you can't do that, you better get somebody like Barack Obama, the smoothest tongue this planet's ever seen as far as I know. And he will type it for you. Hey, Barack, tell Ben, excuse me, what that looks like. When you take literally the weight of the world, that's what debt is. The weight of the world is not responsibility of robber parents. The weight of the world is what it looks like to be President Donald Trump when he's my age, trying to affect no change. Yes, he wants to make money. Newsflash, motherfucker. You know I got newsflash. He ain't as rich as you think. You know I know that because rich people buy shit so nobody else can, they don't have to share with anybody. Okay? Or he's the most just man in this world other than God. Because you see, I know Mar-a-Lago. I'm driven by it. I don't know how many times with my friend Harry, who I can promise you is God is my witness right now. Every dollar Harry Jones has put in his back pocket was earned, my brothers. He ain't never cheated nobody. And Harry, please tell the world how you knew for the first time that I was a class act, and then tell the world the first time your father told you that I was maybe the classest act to ever.
All right. So we'll stop it right there because that's almost the end. Now, people will say that is a rant. But if you listen close to him, he's spilling the beans on a lot of stuff. I mean, he's mentioned the names. Bakari, Mr. McCoy, Joe Anderson, Aaron McKee, Vicky Bennett, Harry Jones, Ron Motley. Like, I am going to do some research on these people. He said the $9 million they stole from the people, they went door to door. The people didn't get the money. Those people at the top got the money. He's talking about that lawsuit, you know, with the family. And when he mentioned Ron Motley didn't take himself out. I don't think they took him out, but you can look in his eyes, they're so yellow. And I know what the bottle does to you. Now, he's admittedly being drunk in this video, talking about this. Don't take me back. Take me to the drunk tank. And he's talking about how hot it is in the vehicle. He's sweating without a shirt on. Once again, those are signs of D-Rug activity. And then he says, these lily white hands. Take these cuts off these lily white hands. And then he told, well, what he asked Alan R. Wilson, tell the world who's your biological father. Like, he is spilling the beans. Talking about when he was at his grandfather's house, he never read until he got his law license, meaning everything that was given to him. He talked about rich people and, the things that they buy and just the total corruption. Talked about the conversation that he had with the man, said, okay, heads I win and tails I win and the people lose. Like he's literally, they're painting it as a rant. But you know what they say, a drunk person speaks a sober mind. And out of the abundance of the mouth, that's what the Bible says, the hearts, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So he's talking about a lot of terrible things that people have done and he's know about. So he's basically imploding. Like all of the information is just all of the wrong that he's seen throughout his life. He said, well, there was a black guy out there. He called him a master necker. He said it was a master necker. Now, I don't know what a master necker is. Y'all tell me in the comments, but I thought he was trying to say a master N-word, but he said, well, somebody took him out too. So, I mean, he even used the Denzel Washington. You got to put your own work in around here, my brother. He used the training they never, man. Like this guy right here. And it's amazing once again that he could even make that statement that I played before, like, oh, well, this is a lie. This is not the whole truth. No, he's telling the whole truth in his drunken stupor. Now, also, y'all may have seen this video of Little Nas X walking around in his underwear. Now, I think that it's possible that they put him out there to kind of counter this, or maybe Little Nas X is so crazy that, okay, well, I'm going to mimic this and, bring it to life. I don't know what these people are doing, but I thought it was strange that, that's getting a lot of attention, him prancing around, walking down Hollywood, and he doesn't get arrested. Where the police at? Like somebody should have been called the police on him as long as he was walking. You know what I mean? So, but this guy, once again, and I'll show you his picture, was only charged with, disorderly conduct, not drunk in public, not threatening people, not none of those, and had the audacity to say, well, a lie can travel halfway around the world before the truth gets his pants on, man. You can't make this up, man. Y'all heard it, but I think I'm going to have to analyze some of those names, do some research on what he was saying in that rant, because once again, that sounded like, y'all tell me what y'all think, that sounded like he was telling a lot of truths and they're trying to paint it as though he's some crazy. Now, at that point he was, but there's definitely some truth and some credence to what he was saying. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. And as always, peace and blessings. Scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. Let's go. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long, and they're fed up. They've become disenchanted. They've become disillusioned. They've become dissatisfied. And all of this has built up frustrations in the black community that makes the black community throughout America today more explosive than all of the atomic bombs the Russians can ever invent.
Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing.